Ladies and gentlemen, CNN, MSNBC, or CNN, NBC, the New York Times, the Washington Post, one thing they're good at is circling the wagons around the Democratic nominee. That's one thing they're good at. They're also very, very good at trying to perpetuate or trying to fabricate or communicate or just create a reality. They're very good at giving you a story, giving you a fantasy. And when it comes to Bernie Sanders versus President Trump, they could easily say, hey, look, Medicare for all is great, and all Democrats want it, and it's feasible, and it's right, and it's just, and it's moral, but they won't. They won't because Democrats, the Democratic Party does not want that to take place. The Democratic Party does not want Bernie Sanders. They cheated Bernie Sanders. They want Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is going to be nominee. Hillary Clinton is going to be nominee. All of this is a charade, a farce, a theatrical performance. It happens to be a theatrical performance that they just don't want. They don't want this. They don't want, currently, they don't want Bernie Sanders as the front runner. Not because they're afraid of him, not because his movement is so powerful and strong. In 2016, he could have won. In 2020, he has no chance of defeating Trump. In 2020, he has no chance of becoming nominee. It's going to be Hillary Clinton. But the same people who are so good at fabricating reality, they have made millions upon millions of Democrats truly believe that Russia was so petrified of Hillary Clinton that she hacked the DNC to inform the world that Bernie Sanders was being cheated by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who was then forced to resign. And in the process, Clinton was given the popular vote, even though Russia interfered and assaulted our democracy using Facebook ads that nobody saw. And those Facebook ads suddenly swung people in swing states, away from Hillary and towards Trump, or because the Facebook ads were so convincing that even though she won the popular vote, somehow she lost swing states because of the multifaceted, technologically advanced assault on our democracy by Russian intelligence officials who were indicted based on Company One's research. Company One was CrowdStrike, outsourced by Democrats. So I'm kind of going all over the place because you have media, you have the intelligence community, you have, corrupt intelligence chiefs, you have Hillary Clinton, who runs the show. She will become nominee, but now you have Bernie Sanders, who won the popular vote in Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada. Well, he's the only... Brooke, hello. Hello, Eric H526, hello. Bernie is the only candidate that actually has a functioning campaign. That's why he's easily defeating everyone else. Mayor Pete is actually a good candidate. Warren is horrendous. Biden is horrendous. Klobuchar is not horrendous, but she has somewhat of a functioning campaign along with Mayor Pete. But nobody can touch Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders has the most passionate voters. However, outside of the auditorium or the stadium that he fills, most Democrats are not down with Medicare for all, Green New Deal, abolishing ICE. I think student loan forgiveness they would pass possibly, but they haven't yet. So that's a question as to why that hasn't happened. But here, I'll read you this. NBC News, when CNN is already giving Trump the win, and NBC News is giving Trump the win, they're basically saying one thing: we want Hillary Clinton. There's not a chance in the universe. It doesn't even matter if Bernie gets more delegates. The whole thing's rigged anyway. It's a charade. It's a political machine like Tammany Hall. You think that Tammany Hall, you think that political machines in the 1800s ran fair and square? Even the DNC fraud lawsuit that Jared Beck, Elizabeth Beck, and Nico House waged, and they were the only people courageous enough to do so. In that lawsuit, DNC lawyers stated that they could pick, it's a private entity, you can't tell us what to do, and then they could pick their nominee in smoke-filled back rooms. Don't you know? Don't you know? Then you get the issue of, well, it's a private entity, but Russia hacked it because they were so afraid. They were so afraid of of Hillary Clinton that they hacked the DNC to inform the country that Bernie was being cheated, but he wasn't cheated. So they say 10 things all at once. Russia hacked the DNC, but Clinton did not. Clinton won fair and square. Even though the DNC emails were not just embarrassing, they showed a rigged primary. But here, I'll read you this. I will read you this. This is NBC News. Sanders versus Trump means a battle of the bases, and Trump has the advantage. So the president has more weapons at his disposal, but he'll still have a tough fight ahead of him. For most part, okay, so goes on to talk about and when it comes to competing over voters they share, not to mention those who will cast the lesser of two evil votes, Trump has several built-in advantages. After all, in 2016, 12% of people who voted for Sanders during the Democratic primary voted for Trump in the general election. Oh, okay. It was a higher percentage than I thought. Wow, look at that. Like, why were people going nuts when I became a Trump supporter? So, there is an overlap, but there was an overlap. There isn't anymore. There aren't Bernie Sanders supporters who will vote for Trump anymore. They're either going to not vote, which will be pretty much the same thing. But the main thing this article talks about is the fact that Bernie Sanders doesn't have the crossover appeal. Michael LaRusso, favorite guitar player, H.A. Randy Rhoads for me. Favorite guitar player, Eddie Van Halen. Randy Rhoads is awesome. I would have to say Eddie Van Halen. Although Randy Rhoads is amazing. Eddie Van Halen. There's some others too but Van Halen's the first name that comes to mind. Michael LaRusso, thank you. Thank you, Michael LaRusso. Yeah, I think I like Slash. Slash is great. Slash is great. I think that Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van Halen, a lot of great ones. Thank you. Thank you, Michael LaRusso. Thank you. Let's see. Restored Bear, thank you very much for watching since 2016. Thank you. Thank you. So President Trump has an advantage because his policies have worked. His policies have already led to new voters. Rasmussen came out today 51%, but his favorability ratings on 538 are like 43%. Gallup had him at 46. Rasmussen has him at 51%. Okay? 61% of people say they're better off today than they were in 2016. We can go on forever. The economy is great, record low unemployment, record highs in the stock market, GDP up, household median income up. But the article also talks about, the NBC News article talks about the money. He has a lot more money than Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has a lot more money than the average Democrat. But he might not, he's probably not going to approach $1 billion. Okay. Trump very likely will approach closer to $2 billion. I was correct in 2016. Bernie was the front runner in the Democratic primary. Okay? Trump would easily defeat Bernie Sanders in 2020. Bernie would have defeated Trump in 2016. And that's just the way it goes. Hillary Clinton's going to lose in both elections. She will run again. Now, can you tell me that watching that debate last night, I didn't even watch the whole thing, I just watched the highlights. It was horrendous, absolutely horrendous for Bernie and for everyone else there. Bernie didn't explain how he's going, forget about how you're going to pay for it. I mean, yeah, talk about how you're going to pay for it, but does it involve any income tax increase? It almost certainly does. Actually, it does. And you can't, like, if you struggle to just say, okay, this is how we're going to budget Medicare for all, then what about a Green New Deal? What about abolishing ICE? I thought he wanted to abolish ICE along with AOC. There are a whole lot of issues. It's $50 trillion total. But they're not saying, it would be different if Bernie Sanders said, look, we're going to remove America to bring Americans home. That's what Trump wants to do. Trump's reversing 16 years of failed foreign policy. Bernie wasn't even on board when Trump removed Americans from a hotspot with two factions wanting to go after each other and Americans just stuck in the middle. And Bernie said, it has to be an orderly withdrawal. We're doing something horrible. We're abandoning our allies. And then they never talked about the allies again. Democrats always become the hysterical response to anything Trump does. There's always this hysterical response. Sandiford! I couldn't watch the debate. I was trying to eat. Sandiford! I mean, it's like... Thank you, Restored Bear. Thank you. They're just waiting. They're just waiting, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that difficult. When you have, so you have CNN. I did a segment on CNN. Is already giving Trump the victory. What they tried to do in 2016 was, in 2016 they didn't want Bernie, although they would have won with Bernie Sanders. So what they did was they cheated Bernie, but they didn't give him any airtime. They tried to mitigate any negative news about Clinton. See, what they did was they barely reported the email server issue, which was top secret intelligence on servers running on Microsoft Exchange software. They never speculated. They never connected any dots. They never made any outlandish claims or rational claims. They never did anything in terms of investigative journalism. I wrote a great deal about it in The Hill, The Huffington Post, and Salon. But with Trump, all they did was use a dossier, and then suddenly the dossier led to all of this, and Roger Stone, the truth still matters. Well, the truth is that Roger Stone was set up. And he had nothing to do with working with Russia. That's the whole point. He had nothing to do with WikiLeaks either. But they still want Roger Stone to go to jail because the process of investigating Trump, even though it was not lawful, they pretend that it's like the most sanctified, lawful special counsel that, it's just like Clinton, just like Bill Clinton's special counsel, where he, in the Oval Office. If you got caught up in a special counsel that began because of Comey's memos, and that began because of FBI officials who stated, "We will stop Trump," in their text messages to their lovers, without any evidence at all. So, they always love to say Trump without evidence claims. Well, where was the evidence that he worked with Russia? The intelligence community had no evidence. They were confident. Being confident is something doesn't mean you have evidence. The intelligence agents can go ahead and say, you watching, or anyone at CNN or MSNBC could be part of an elaborate plot. You just include the person's name, and there you go. And then you say, well, the intelligence community has concluded with an assessment or an evaluation. That's a hilarious way of simply saying they're making a claim without evidence. Someone's opinion or confidence level is not evidence. You can't simply convict somebody, or you shouldn't be able to, based on the confidence level. You have to have some kind of concrete evidence. In the form of emails, in the form of some kind of transaction of money. Gee, where is the money, the monetary transaction in the emails? At what side is always embroiled in that type of thing? But we can go on forever here. Ironically, another asset for Trump is that his message rests primarily on voter grievance. While Sanders is aspirational, it's not so true. Trump's message is aspirational. If you look at what he's accomplished, Trump voters are voting for Trump not because they're upset all the time. Don't you love, like, NBC News? Like, there's just so many unhappy people. And, we're a nation of unhappy people, so Trump's winning. Trump constantly rails against familiar litany of foes. Federal employees, litany of foes that are overtly against him, and House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff, to name a few, and have an ever-growing list. Yeah, that's because they tried to set him up and frame him. So it is a profoundly negative but often potent message. Actually, it's a profoundly accurate, and sadly, it's negative for the country that he has to fight back, but he is. Fear and paranoia can be effective campaign tools. Yeah, tell that to Democrats who run on the fear and paranoia of Russia, Russia, Russia. Political science studies show, particularly for populist candidates. So that's hilarious. Like, it's really like they try to spin everything as a diss to Trump. They just try so desperately. And here, like, now they're not overtly trying to go after Bernie, but they don't like Bernie. They don't like Bernie at all. They're going to cheat Bernie. They're going to cheat Bernie Sanders, and it's a situation where Bernie Sanders is going to endorse Hillary Clinton. Even if he does well, South Carolina does well at Super Tuesday, what's going to take place is the following. What's going to take place is simply, Bernie is going to get too close for comfort. They'll find some way to cheat him. They'll do something insidious, nefarious, horrible. They'll do something to they'll do something to cheat Bernie Sanders in some way. In some way, shape, or form. And what'll take place is Bernie will then say, vote for Hillary. Hillary Clinton's going to be the nominee. It ain't going to be Bernie Sanders. They already cheated him with an app in Iowa. And Mayor Pete won that. We're trying to, I guess, get it official. They cheated him in 2016. They don't care about Bernie supporters because if they did, they wouldn't have cheated Bernie Sanders in Iowa and they wouldn't have cheated Bernie in 2016. So the issue right now is that you have a very peculiar type of situation. NBC News, Sanders versus Trump means a battle of the bases and Trump has the advantage. It's not just a battle of the bases. Trump got 63 million votes. He doesn't have a base of 63 million people. That's not just a base. It's just a great many Americans, many of whom are conservative, but a great percentage are independent, who said we're not voting Democrat. Then you have a president who, despite maniacal negative media coverage beyond belief, you have a president who still has still has a pretty competitive, when you look at other presidencies. He was even ahead of President Obama in terms of approval rating the other month, like several months back. And that's with media being as loyal to President Obama as possible, and with media being as rabidly against Trump as possible. And he still has a competitive approval rating. And he has a 50+% approval rating in the latest Rasmussen poll. Drylock! H.A. Dick Morris has an article out today agreeing that Hillary will be the nominee. Yes! Drylock, thank you so very, very much. Hillary will. Drylock, thank you so very much. I'm going to check that out right now. Juanito Moon! Why isn't Bernie 50 points ahead, you might ask? Drylock, thank you. Thank you. Drylock, thank you so very, very much. Juanito Moon, thank you. So, let's see. Oh, favorite guitarist. I mean, I have to put B.B. King. B.B. King, blues legend. I have to put B.B. King and Eddie Van Halen, different music, but he was absolutely amazing. I loved B.B. King. Love B.B. King. What was I I'm looking right here. Oh, yeah, okay, so let's look at it. Dick Morris, let's see. I know that he was quoted the other day saying that Clinton's going to come in. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here. Dems rush towards deadline and possibly to Hillary Clinton. Oh, it'll definitely be Hillary. Hillary's ready. With only a week left until Super Tuesday, it's becoming exceedingly clear that no Democratic candidate is likely to win a majority of elected delegates. Last night's debate only clarified that. It was a noisy free-for-all that was condoned by the anti-Bernie CBS network. The moderators were in over their heads and could not control the candidates. CBS actually aired a Bloomberg ad during the debate. They also, I think they also added, didn't they air the Clinton documentary? So on July 16, 2020, when the first ballot will have been tallied, the Democrats will be stumped because they will be left without a nominee. July 16th, okay, after the first ballot, Sanders will likely stall out at about 40% of the vote. Biden, Warren, Bloomberg, and Buttigieg each get about 15% of the ballot. If Klobuchar is still in, she'll get a few votes as well, and nobody will have a majority. So at the second ballot approaches, Democrats will size up the field and pick a candidate for president, but there is nobody to pick. Bernie Sanders, he will have pushed hard, run strong, but fallen short. Will a party whose establishment fears him give him what the voters did not? Unlikely. Mike Bloomberg, no. Okay, Joe Biden, okay. Even if he wins South Carolina, it won't amount to much. South Carolina's Democratic primary is the new Washington, D.C., reliable indicator. Okay, so Mayor Pete, no. Amy Klobuchar, no. The only solution, here we go. Sanders will rant and rave that he's being cheated. Well, he is being cheated. Actually, no, he won't rant and rave. He didn't rant and rave before, but okay. So it'll be Bernie or Hillary, and then Donald Trump will move to a triumphant and record re-election, whichever opponent he faces. But it's okay. So he basically says that Hillary is going to, which is what I've been saying. If it's a deadlock, they'll turn to Hillary Clinton. It is already. She already stated, ladies and gentlemen, and I always bring this up. She already stated on November 6, 2019, that she has a good idea of who the nominee will be. The nominee is going to be her, Madam Secretary. So, Drellock, thank you. Thank you very much. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe NBC because it backs Trump. My point is that NBC backs Democrats. CNN backs Democrats. NBC and CNN and the Washington Post and the New York Times back liberal Democrats. Why aren't they backing Bernie? Because they view Bernie as a bigger threat than Trump. It's not a matter of belief. Bernie will get crushed by Trump. Bernie doesn't even have the Democrats around him. Progressives are not even a very small slice of the Democratic Party. That's why you have the entire debate stage pile up on Bernie. In 2016, he would have won. Thank God Trump won. We record low unemployment, record low black and Latino unemployment, first step back, first president step foot in North Korea. That's only 5 million people lifted out of poverty. Adam on through in 458. Thank you. Thank you, Adam on through in 458. Thank you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Thank you. My point is not, I'm reading a message that nobody can see, but it's not... The issue is not me or a Trump voter or Trump supporters. Democrats will never allow Bernie Sanders to win, ever. I learned the hard way, and Bernie will be okay with it. And I'm on 31458. Thank you so very, very much. I mean, I don't have any... Look, let me tell you, I don't have any issue, because I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster out there. I was. But it's not about... This election is not going to be about people who say, not negative things, but people who don't think Bernie Sanders can win. Bernie Sanders will not be able to win. Even if he could win, they would never allow him to. It doesn't matter what he does. I don't understand how people can't see. It's already been proven that there is no Democratic primary. Their own lawyers stated that they could pick whomever they want. And then Democrats just lost Florida because when Bernie says something positive about Fidel Castro, not going to work. Not good. Not going to work at all. So, I just think that you see what's taking place. You see what's taking place, and this is a charade. Look, the Houston Astros were the most the Houston Astros were like, they never cheated compared to the Democratic Party. You get a buzzer, it says slider or fastball. I mean, my God. And then baseball was just horrendous. Baseball is like, they don't do anything about it. Let's just see here. Houston Astros buzzer. Team denies players wore buzzers, but if you look, there's actually a great channel, Get More Sports. If you watch this, Get More Sports, it's actually a really, really cool channel. All right. It is a cool channel. They have a great segment. Jose Altuve, okay. 404,000 views on this, yeah. Get More Sports. Interesting sports channel. Subscribe to it if you enjoy sports. There's some really good segments here. So there's this segment, new proof that, okay, Altuve used a buzzer to cheat in the 2019 ALCS versus the Yankees Astros scandal. So this is really interesting. Yeah, subscribe to Get More Sports. Yes, Adam on 30458. I just, you know what? I think that they're gonna take care of it. Adam on 31458. I think they're gonna take care of. I fear politically for Bernie Sanders. They're already talking about his essay today. They haven't even begun. They haven't even really begun to, lay it on Bernie Sanders. Mike Bloomberg's campaign shares Bernie Sanders' 1960s essays. I think it's a 1972 essay on an issue that I can't talk about, all this stuff. Bloomberg, how obvious is it that Bloomberg is there only for Clinton? And I'm on 30458. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. How obvious? I mean, it's just so obvious that this is a complete setup. Now, it'll be interesting. They have so many Democrats are going to not just cheat Bernie, they're going to knock him out of contention somehow. And Lord knows how they're going to do it. Lord knows how they're going to knock Bernie out of contention, but they will. They will. They can spark up the whole Russia thing again. They could start a Bernie dossier. They could find a Bernie dossier. They could do so many they've already done it. They did it with Trump. Oh, well, it's Trump because it's true, because he's capable of anything, Trump is, you have to, leave no stone unturned. Leave no stone unturned when it comes to the dossiers. And then you have, check out my last segment upload. You have one of the Clinton campaign officials who is like, oh yeah, one of the Clinton campaign officials who basically said they should all drop out. It is going to be Hillary Clinton again, and what she should do is just simply run like a 2 months before, get some delegates, just so she goes in and she could say, I got a couple delegates, yay. It could be the most informal campaign. Like, she could just show up, and be like, oh, you want me? This is what they're going to do. They're going to be like, I don't even want to run. She's going to say, I don't even want to run. Are you kidding? I don't even want to run. Do I have to? That's how they're going to market it. They're going to be like, do I have to? Really? Oh, my goodness. I was just so enjoying myself, with that political action committee that I started, the Onward Together Foundation. And with going on Howard Stern and The View 20 times, that was not strategic. And for that Hulu documentary, I'm totally not running. And for telling Maggie Haberman of the New York Times that I'm going to not run. I do run. I do run. Not run. Clinton says, okay, the first thing that Clinton says the truth, and then afterwards she covers it up because the media's like, you didn't mean that, did you? So Clinton's like, because the media can't possibly see Madam Secretary for who she is. So they're like, thank you, Tony. Thank you for watching for so long. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching for so long. Thank you. I think that what they'll do is, push comes to shove, they'll get somebody in the wonderful intelligence community that's been wrong on everything, and that person will be like, there's a hammer and sickle account linked to Russian intelligence, and it was actually also linked to somebody in Bernie's campaign. We need to investigate. And then Bernie, can I do? Why? My goodness. I don't want to do the whole beach house thing. Should I? No, I don't want to do that. I have a house. It's a camp, a summer camp, a re-education camp. I just, when Bloomberg goes out, it's so funny. Bloomberg has that, what type of money, but it's not just Bloomberg. What he doesn't care. Okay, he has $50 billion, so Elizabeth Warren's like, you said this. He's like, no, I didn't. I don't even know what you're talking about. All right, hold on. Let's just see. Okay, so. Okay. Try to find this. The best known socialist in the world. Okay. I will be back, ladies and gentlemen, around 11 p.m. on this channel for another live stream. But hold on one second. Oh my God. Oh, poor Bernie. All these debates take a lot out of him. Hold on one second. Let's see.
To the house tour.
Okay, so hold on one second.
Known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What did I miss here?
You missed that I work in Washington, House 1. Live in Burlington, House 2.
Good.
And like thousands of other Vermonters, I do have a summer camp.
I have a summer camp.
Which tax haven? New York.
The Cayman City, thank you very much.
Forgive me. He goes straight Larry David. Oh, forgive me. I'm sorry. I don't have 25 mansions just in one city. I got 3 houses. I'm sorry, $50 billion Mini-me. I have a re-education camp like most Vermonters. Okay, hold on.
The Vermonters I do too.
That's good.
And like that.
This is not going to defeat. Nothing will defeat Trump. Clinton certainly won't. But this this doesn't resonate with the average liberals that are like, they have Trump derangement. This doesn't resonate. It just doesn't resonate. Oh my God. Okay. Why am I like slowly out of it now? Okay. Let's listen to this again.
That's the first problem. Happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What did I miss here?
Well, you missed that I work in Washington, house one.
That's the first problem.
Live in Burlington, house 2.
That's good.
And like thousands of other Vermonters, I do have a summer camp. Forgive me for that. Where is your home? Which tax?
Forgive me. Oh, forgive me for that. I'm so sorry, Mini Mike. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Where's your home, the Caymans?
Which tax haven?
New York City, thank you very much, and I pay all my taxes, and I'm happy to do it because I get something for it. And let me say, I thought the senator next to me was half right. I agree we should raise taxes on the...
So they all can't stand each other, but they don't have anything that differentiates each other. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you, Erica Choi 26. Thank you. It's just, log cabin syrup. Why? CG3SSF. Yes. I don't know. Why is that so funny? That's awesome. Mitchell Smith. It is fantastic that President Trump is suing the New York Times. That's right. They have to be squirming. That is right. Oh, my God. That's right. Yes. Yes. That's right. So that's true, Mitchell Smith. And, I mean, the discovery process would be hilarious. You have, oh, my God, I mean, journalism. There is no journalism. It's just activism, Mitchell Smith, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hold on one second. Let's just see here. There's some. This is the Bernie Sanders, South Carolina. There was one heated exchange with Pete Buttigieg. Okay, so. Trying to find that. Okay, so of course they make it impossible for you to find anything. Okay, just let's do South Carolina debate highlights. Okay. This was a horrendous. This wasn't even good for Bernie. I mean, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but.
That Donald Trump thinks it would be better if he's president. I do not think so. Vladimir Putin thinks that Donald Trump should be president of the United States, and that's why Russia is helping you get elected so you lose to him.
It's okay when you set up and frame Trump, but you better not set up and frame me with the same deceptive lie, because I sold my soul to the intelligence community. Okay. Melvin, hello. All right, let's see.
Mr. Putin, if I'm president of the United States, trust me, you're not going to interfere in any more American elections.
Mr. Putin, just to let you know, when I'm president, you think you can interfere? No. You will not interfere. Do you hear that? Once you hear that, then you will not interfere. Because I am doing a Jedi mind trick, and you're gonna watch the words coming out of my mouth, and you will not interfere and let people know that they're cheating me. Do you understand? I will lay down and roll over myself, thank you very much. I don't need to have you inform the whole world that the Democrats are cheating me. I know that they're cheating me. I'm not saying anything. Putin.
I'm hearing my name mentioned a little bit tonight. I wonder why. I have a...
Because I'm the front runner. What's up, everybody?
A lot of black people that...
Here's the deal. I'm not out of time. You spoke over time, and I'm going to talk. Here's the deal. You got to deal with it.
I love Biden. Yeah, Biden. From Biden coming out. Biden. Here's impeachment. I'm still here. Hey, Hunter. Hey, fat. Come on, man.
Institutional racism. Vice President, Mr. Vice President. I know how you cut me off all the time, but I'm not going to be quiet anymore, okay? Mr. Steyer.
I love how you cut me off. I love how you cut me off all the time. He goes after the moderator. Hey, fat. You fat. Bill S. Oh my God, this is so great. Bill S.
Quiet anymore, okay? Mr. Steyer. Prevent North Korea from launching missiles to take them down, and if we don't... Why am I stopping? No one else stops.
Okay.
That's actually good. You know what? That's the best. That's the best thing Biden said in at least 10 years. Oh, why am I stopping? Nobody else stopped. Oh, it's good. It's good, Biden. Good. Shimmy the bow.
No one else stops.
Okay. Okay, so
That's my Catholic school training. 150 million people have been killed.
Huh? Okay, well, we won't have to get into that.
Training. 100. And if we don't prevent North Korea from... Vice President, Mr. Vice President. I know how you cut me off all the time, but I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not...
Here's the man.
Well, I got that. The fact is...
Shut it up. Oh my God. So let's listen to this. Okay, hold on 1 second. So you have a situation where this is Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. All right, let's listen to this again.
Here's the deal. I'm not out of time. You spoke over time, and I'm going to talk.
Superman,
to deal with the institutional racism. Vice President, Mr. Vice President. I know how you cut me off all the time, but I'm not.
I know that. I know how. What did he say? I know how you cut me off all the time.
Let's be quiet anymore, okay?
Mr. Steyer.
Prevent North.
He's always squinting. Squinting Joe. Always squinting. Who's trying to cut me off all the time, huh? Mitchell Smith. I'm waiting for Biden to call him a dog-faced pony soldier. Oh my God, Mitchell Smith, that's good. He might. Hold on. I can listen to Biden all day. I like when he gets fired up. Yeah, like that.
Time. You spoke over time. Let's talk. Here's the deal.
Yeah!
Here's the deal. You've got to deal with institutional racism.
Vice President, Mr. Vice President.
I know how you cut me off all the time.
I know how you...
Be quiet anymore, okay?
Mr. Steyer.
Prevent North Korea from launching missiles to take them down, and if we don't... Why am I stopping? No one else stops.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is a gem. Oh my God, why do I like Biden? It's so much more now. Of course, he's unelectable and horrendous, but oh my God, this is so great. Watch highlights of South Carolina. This is NBC News. Oh my God, this is so good. You know, if Biden had just done this instead of tanking his campaign deliberately, he possibly could have been. Oh my goodness, this is so great. He said he was running for. Here's the deal. Exactly. Here's the deal. Here's why I'm running for Senate. My name's Joe Biden. I just want to say, you love here in the United States Senate. Biden, my name. Biden, my name. Senate's my game.
Mr. Steyer.
Prevent North Korea from launching missiles to take them down, and if we don't... Why am I stopping? No one else stops.
Okay. Okay, so
Here's my Catholic school training. 150 million people.
Oh, here we go. I guess that is.
Manufacturers from liability.
There we go.
If I'm elected and I'm coming...
Let's listen to Amy Klobuchar.
The New START treaty and the other arms negotiations that must happen. This president just likes to do tweets at 4 a.m. in his bathrobe, gets out there.
How do you know he's in his bathrobe, Miss Klobuchar? Looks like the senator from Minnesota has been thinking up some naughty things.
And doesn't achieve the results we need. I would meet with him, but I would do it with our allies. I would have clear deliverables, and I would achieve those deliverables.
You know, you meet with Putin, like you have all the allies there. I'm meeting with Putin, and I just want to let you know we have all of NATO here. NATO's with us, okay? You want to meet with me, Putin? You're going to have to meet with me and NATO, okay? Okay. Go Democrats.
Deliverables.
at least I didn't have a boss who said to me,
Oh my God, I'm not even going to... Elizabeth Warren, my God, the gossip. Did you hear what Bernie Sanders said? Did you hear what Michael Bloomberg said? No, we heard that you failed your DNA test. Yeah. I'm wondering why nobody brings that up. It's all a charade anyway. Let's listen to Klobuchar.
Party apart. We're going to watch Donald Trump spend the next 4 years tearing our country apart.
Oh, tearing our country apart. Record low unemployment. Household median income up. First president to step foot in North Korea. First Step Act. Oh my God, the horror. The horror. Help us. Help us, Hillary. Help us. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much to my super chat. Thank you. I will be back this evening. Be here at around 11 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much. People, you are amazing, awesome, wonderful. Have a great, great evening. Eric H526, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Mitchell Smith, thank you. Annabon 31458, thank you. Everyone, thank you so very much. I will see you all this evening. Thanks, everybody. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel, right?